Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. All good? Good evening, everyone. Good evening. No issues with the audio or the video, guys, right? Okay, great. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So, how was your day, guys? How was your day? Was your day good? How was your day, guys? All good? Great? Amazing. What is the scenario? That's great to hear, guys, that you had a good day. Okay, that's really great to hear. Okay, so today is going to be our very first day about understanding a little bit more about cloud computing and what we are going to do in this particular boot camp. Okay, so today is a little bit more technical natured, like it is going to be theoretical in nature. So do not worry about it. It's going to be super simple, super easy for you guys. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay. And I think so it should be easy for you guys as well. Okay. So I'll just share my screen with you guys and then we'll start our today's class. Just give me a second. Let me share my screen with you guys. Okay, I hope so that the screen should be visible to everybody present in the meeting, right? Is the screen visible to everybody present in the meeting, guys? Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, so yesterday we talked a little bit about cloud computing, not in a lot of depth, but yes, we had a talk about cloud computing itself. So we'll start from right over there only, okay? And then we'll discuss a little bit more about the same, okay? Some of the types, what are we going to study, some examples, and all that. So, cloud computing, right? Let's start with that. I will use a white pen itself. That should be fine. Now, cloud computing at the very basic basically means providing computational resources to a certain organization or an individual uh, that is on the cloud, that is not on premise. So there are two things right over there. Okay, on premise, and then you are having cloud. Okay, this is the basic differentiation between the two. Okay, there is another one that is called as hybrid. We are going to discuss about that as well. Okay, it is going to be very easy to understand. Okay, so on premise basically means that I have a server, I have a computer, and I have it on my own, let's say on my own office, on my own house. Okay, I don't have to rent it out from somebody else. I have my own server. I have bought my own server. I'm using my own server. You guys know what a server is, right? Everybody right over here knows what a server is. Please let me know. Everybody in this boot camp knows what a server is. Please do let me know, guys, because again, if I'm using the term server and you guys don't know what a server is, then that would be very difficult for me, right? So you guys won't be able to understand it. If I want to say in a very generalized manner, a server is nothing else but just a normal computer. It's just a normal computer. Okay, just like I'm having a laptop. Okay, you remove the screen of the laptop, whatever else is remaining is what a server is also made up of. It is at the end of the day a normal computer. That's it. But it is a specialized computer. It is used for running applications inside of it. Whether it is a web application, whether it is an AI application, whether it is any kind of program that you have created. So it is a computer that is specifically made to run these applications on it. For example, I think so you guys might have seen some previous movies or something like that, in which the protagonist enters into a room, he connects his own laptop into a particular device itself, and there will be a lot of different devices right over there, and he will be like, I'm hacking into the servers right now, I'm hacking into the mainframe right now, and so on and so forth. So those individual boxes that you were able to see back then is what a server is. I'll show you a particular image as well, so that you guys are able to understand it a little bit better. So if you guys remember, these type of places will be shown to you guys in the movies, and the protagonist will just enter into one of these spaces and connect his laptop or a computer or a pen drive to one of these devices, and will be like, I'm hacking into the server. So each of these rectangles that is there, each of these rectangles that you are able to see is nothing else but a server. But whereas a normal computer is costly, like if you are buying a normal computer, it is like 50,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupees. It's what we call as a consumer, a computer or a consumer product itself. But a server is specialized. A server is made for just one particular use case, that is to run applications. And due to that reason, servers can be very, very, very costly. It is the same difference between a proper car, like what we use on a daily basis, whether it is a Honda City or a particular Tata Nano or any type like that, and an F1 car. A Tata Nano might cost you 1 to 2 lakh rupees, but a particular F1 car, the starting range is somewhere around $100 million. That is the cost of a starting range or average F1 car, which is a very costly car. Like $100 million basically means 800 crores, and that is the cost of just one car. So that is the differentiation that you will be able to see between a server and a normal computer. A server is made for just one particular use case, that is to make sure that your applications are running properly. Now that you guys have got a little bit of understanding about a server itself, people like us, right? We will not be able to buy a server. We don't have that much money so that we are able to afford a server. But multiple companies, multiple big companies have a lot of money right over there, and they will easily be able to buy these servers at any particular point of time. So some of these companies, many of the companies actually have on-premise servers. Actually, before 2000s as well, most of the internet companies that were there had on-premise servers, right? At that point of time. Now they have shifted into hybrid or cloud completely. So these servers, now the problem with on-premise server is that, first of all, cost is very high. Guys, for those who are asking about the previous bootcamp certifications, I've already told you guys, in the next day or two it will be released. If you have still not got it, I don't know if it has been released or not. I'll have to ask my team. Right now, please focus upon the class. If you're here for just the certificates, you can just leave. Okay, I've already told the certificates take a little bit time accessing the attendance and everything, and I was not there, so I was not able to cope up with the work. So tell my team today, and I'll let you guys know by tomorrow. Okay, right now, please focus upon the class itself. So like I said, guys, servers are very costly. That is the first biggest problem on having a on-premise server that you need. Second is scalability or scale. Okay, for example, a server can cater. So for example, having a server, a very good quality server, and server is running a particular application for me. Let's assume I am YouTube. Okay, I am YouTube, I'm the YouTube company, and I've been having a server that is basically running the YouTube application on top of it. Now that server can only cater to somewhere around 10,000 users. That's like only 10,000 users will be there on YouTube. But is that fine? Like only 10,000 people can use YouTube at one particular point of time. If more people start using it, either the website will become very slow or it won't open up. This is not right, right? If you want your users to have a very good experience using a website, you want to make sure that these servers, you have a lot of servers, okay, to make sure that you are able to cater to so many different people. But the number of people coming to your website might increase or might decrease at any particular point of time as well, right? Maybe on some days there might be only 5 people coming to your particular website. Maybe on some days there might be 1 million people coming to your website as well. So if I'm having on-premise servers, it is going to be very costly for me to scale it up as well. So I cannot be like, okay, today I only need one server, tomorrow I need 10 servers. I can't do like that. I have to maintain 10 servers throughout the entire year. And if the traffic of my website, if the number of people coming to my website increase beyond that, I'll have to go and purchase more servers as well. And that is just not feasible. The next particular thing that comes up with on-premise server is maintenance. Maintenance is a very, very, very big challenge when it comes to on-premise servers. Because, for example, you might have faced these type of problems. Your computer might stop working, right? There might be some issues. The motherboard might be burnt. The display stops working. There's some kind of issues with the laptops and computers that we use at all particular point of time. So in the exact same manner, these servers are nothing else but just computers, and their parts might malfunction, they might crash, they might have some particular errors. You might have a fire in your servers, and you have already destroyed 3 servers right over there. So maintaining these servers, making sure they are running all the time and they are running optimally, they are not failing, can become a major challenge for a individual or a company as well. The next particular problem with the on-premise servers, and this is not that big of a deal, I guess, but again, this is a problem with on-premise servers, so I'll just let you guys know, is basically a part of maintenance is crew. People, you will have to keep your own people to maintain those servers. The server is not just about the hardware, it is not just about, okay, the motherboard has been burnt, or the CPU is no longer functioning, or the GPU is not functioning properly. It is also about the software. For example, what type of OS are you using, what type of operating system are you using on top of it, what type of boot are you using on top of it. So all these different things, you'll have to keep software engineers, you will have to keep a crew to actually handle all these tasks for you, and again, that also becomes an added cost. So because of these problems, people started shifting to cloud computing. Now, in cloud computing, it is basically pay as you go model. Okay, how can I explain this to you guys? Pay as you go. You guys understand? What can be a good example for that? Let's say you go to a restaurant, right? You go to a restaurant, you only pay for the amount of food that you consume. If I order just one dish, I'm going to pay for that one dish only. I don't have to pay for the rest of the stuff. Or else, pay as you go can be thought of as a college as well. For example, I am only attending the college for just one particular semester. So I'll only pay for one particular semester itself. I don't have to pay for the rest of the 3 years of my college. Okay, are you guys able to understand? Pay as you go, like you only pay for what you are using, for how much time you are using itself. Not subscription model. Subscription model is like every month you have to pay a fixed amount. Pay as you go is more like the amount of electricity that you use. Yes, electricity is a great example of pay as you go. Like, for example, if I consume 200 units of electricity, I just have to pay for those 200 units of electricity itself. If I consume 300 units of electricity, then I just have to pay for those 300 units of electricity itself. I don't have to pay a penny more, right? So yeah, you can think about it as a taxi as well. Like, it charges you per kilometer. So if you take a taxi per kilometer, you will be charged. So you are being charged as pay as you go model itself, right? So that is what cloud computing offered. Now this helped reduce costs to a lot of extent itself. If I am only having 5 visitors on my websites, I only have to pay for a small server. I don't even have to have a very good quality server. A very small single server can do the task. If I'm having a millions of users coming to my website today, then I can have like 6 very big servers deployed right over there, and I only have to pay, like, I have used those 6 servers for 24 hours, I'll only pay for those 24 hours itself. I don't have to pay anything more than that. So cloud basically reduced the costs, and while the costs were reduced, the scaling was very easy to achieve, because again, it's pay as you go. The more users that you have more servers. The less users that you have less servers. So you don't have to think about, okay, I have to scale this, I have to scale it back. You don't have to think about anything else. You can do it digitally itself. Maintenance and crew is something that you completely forget about. It is the the responsibility of the companies that you are renting the servers from. For example, if you're renting it from Amazon or Google or Microsoft, then they have to maintain the servers. They have to have the crew to maintain them. You don't have to do anything else right over there. Along with that, if for example on my particular on-premise server, there was a problem and data got lost right over there. One of the servers caught fire and I've lost the entire server. My data, whatever data was there, whatever program was there in that server will be lost completely. Whereas in the case of cloud, even if their entire particular touchwood, this doesn't happen, but if their entire particular one state gets blown away, they have multiple data centers with multiple backups of your programs, of your data, so that there is no loss of data at any particular point of time. So that particular peace of mind is also there. Now, on premise has a very great and a very big particular advantage at the end of the day, that is privacy. Privacy is one of the biggest particular helps that is there on the on-premise servers, because it is your own. Nobody else is able to access these servers. So whatever like important work that you are having, or whatever like programs that you have created, that is an intellectual property for you, you can keep it on an on-premise server. Whereas cloud, because it is again at the end of the day somebody else server, somebody else computer itself, you are basically storing it there. So there is a particular question about privacy, but yeah, most of the companies handle that. So that is where the concept of hybrid model came into picture. Hybrid model basically said that we will merge this concept. Like some companies, what they do is they have both on-premise servers as well as cloud services as well. Whatever intellectual property is there, or whatever top secret things are there, they will do on the on-premise servers. Whereas for normal use case, normal user base, they will use the cloud services itself. So that is also something that happens. Now, the on-premise server is also called as your private servers. It is also called as the private servers. Cloud is also called as your public servers. And then you are having a hybrid servers as well. So yes, you can call it as on-premise or private, you can call it as public or cloud, you can call it as hybrid. So there are different names as well. So I thought that I'll just let you guys know about the names, so that if at any particular point of time somebody is saying what is a public server, you should know that they are basically talking about the cloud services itself. If somebody says what is a private server, you should know that they are talking about on-premise servers. If they are talking about hybrid, then again, it's basically a combination of the two, right? So the next thing that is there is a particular topic that most of the students get very confused, and they make a lot of mistakes right over there, is the delivery system. Okay, how are you using cloud? Basically the question is, how can you use cloud? Okay, so there are three things available right over here: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. These are the three particular ways in which cloud can be utilized. And not the cloud in your air. I'm still talking about cloud computing itself. So IaaS is basically your infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service. Your PaaS is your platform as a service. And then you're having SaaS, that is software as a service. I'm just writing as a service down below itself as a service, because that is basically common between the three. So I'm just putting that right over here. So infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, or software as a service. These are three ways in which you can utilize your cloud computing. Now, infrastructure as a service is basically the simplest thing that can exist. It basically says that I have a computer, it has nothing inside of it. Okay, it's a basic computer, it's a fresh computer out of the box. I've not even installed the OS, I've not done anything. Okay, and you can use it according to what you want. Okay, you want to create like 5 MacBooks out of it, you install the Mac OS and you use it. You want to create a Windows operating system out of it, you install Windows, you use it. You want to create Linux servers, you install Linux, you use it, you use it according to how you want. You just let me know how many GBs of RAM do you want, what type of processor do you want, what type of GPU do you want, what type of storage do you want. I'll just get this for you, and you can just use it according to how you want. Now, this infrastructure as a service, the biggest examples of this is the entire cloud computing platforms. I'm so sorry. Just a second, guys. So sorry. Yeah. So infrastructure as a service, like I said right over there, is basically the concept is that you are having a bare shell model, a bare shell computer. Utilize it as you want. It's as simple as that. Now, the examples of that is all the cloud computing platforms themselves. For example, AWS or Amazon Web Services, which is the cloud computing aspect of Amazon. Then you are having your GCP or Google Cloud Platform, that is via Google. And then you are having your Azure, Azure, Azure. Azure is basically the cloud computing platform via Microsoft. Then you're having Heroku, and there are multiple other companies as well that basically offer. DigitalOcean is there, so they just put that DigitalOcean. I'll just put DO. I don't want to write the entire thing. I don't have like a lot of space right over there. So all these different platforms are the examples of infrastructure as a service, because these platforms directly provide you access to servers, directly provides you access to computers, directly provides access to storage that you can use to build something out of it. Okay, so platforms, again guys, please try to understand these platforms are example of infrastructure as a service, because this is where the problem starts. Okay, this is where the problem will start with you guys. When I discuss platform as a service, when I will be discussing platform as a service, then you guys will start confusing the two. So don't worry, by the end of the bootcamp things will be very clear to you guys. Okay, but still just listen to me very patiently. I will not say peacefully, because there's no peace in life, but patiently I will be asking you guys to listen to me. Okay, so your particular platform as a service that is there, it basically says that, okay, so you want to do deployment. I have a computer, I have a server, I have, so you want to deploy, let's say, a Django solution. So Django is basically a back-end framework in which you basically use Python to create backends for websites and applications. So let's assume you want to create a particular app that uses Django in the backend. So what will platform as a service say? That, okay, I have already created a solution for you wherein you can directly go and deploy your applications. You don't have to worry about the OS that is there in the server. You don't have to worry about the installations and managing the softwares inside of it. You don't have to do that. Okay, that is something that I will do for you. You want to just deploy, you focus upon building your application, you focus upon building your YouTube. Okay, let's say we are building YouTube, right? So you focus upon building YouTube. Once you build the application, you come to us, we have the solutions for you. You just deploy your solution right over there. You don't have to manage anything else, you don't have to think about anything else. That is what platform as a service is. The things that we are going to study in this particular bootcamp, for example, elastic beanstalk is there. Then you are having your S3 buckets is there. You are having EC2 instances. Okay, whatever solutions, most of the solutions that AWS or GCP or Azure or Heroku or your DigitalOcean basically provides you the solutions inside of it. If we go to these platforms, right? Let's go to AWS. So all these different solutions that you are able to see right over here, Amazon EC2, Amazon S3 buckets, Aurora, DynamoDB, RDS, Lambda, VPC, Light Sail, SageMaker. So SageMaker, as you're able to see, is used for developing machine learning models at scale. So again, like I said, guys, these are the different solutions that have already been built for you. So there is a layer of server under it. There is a layer of server under it, guys. There is a computer. There is the infrastructure. But then On top of the infrastructure, Amazon came into place. Like, okay, people are using this for, let's say, training machine learning models. So let's simplify it. Let's create a solution that they can use to then build machine learning models right over there. And that is where your particular platform as a service comes into picture. So each of these different things, right, each of these different solutions that these platforms basically offer you is the examples of platform as a service. Now, using these platforms as a service, you can build applications on top of it. Like I said, you can use this to build YouTube, right? You build YouTube, you deploy it using these platform as a service, and then you are having an application. You are having an application like YouTube that people can then use. That is what is software as a service. That is the example of software as a service. For example, your let's say Google Drive. Google Drive is a software as a service. So how would you think about Google Drive? So Google Drive is a platform. Under Google Drive, Google must have utilized a lot of different platform as a service, a lot of different services that GCP basically offers. Maybe it is using, let's say, for databases, it is having some particular application. For handling the pictures, it is having some particular applications. For handling the particular like servers, it's having some particular applications right over there. So all that is your platform and service under it. And then under that, these applications need to have servers. So then the infrastructure as a service is there at the bare minimum, at the base itself. So that is the difference between the three. Your infrastructure as a service is just your devices, just the hardware itself. Platform as a service is there is a layer that is there to do a particular task, to build applications on top of it. It is not just an application. You cannot just directly use it. You use it to build a particular application on top of it. And then you are having a SaaS, that is a fully fledged application for end users. Users can directly use these applications. Okay, that is the difference between the three. And this is what we are going to do in this bootcamp. We will be seeing these three throughout the entire bootcamp, throughout the way that we are going. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Even if you don't understand it a little bit, don't worry about it. Okay, slowly and steadily we will be learning about these things. Okay, now of course we will be focusing majorly upon platform as a service. That will be our major goal. Okay, again, because we are not going to deal with infrastructure, we are not going to deal with particular SaaS platforms as well, right? Can you please brief okay, so Gane, I'm not going to do that. Okay, if you have not listened to me, this is a YouTube video. You can scroll back and listen to me once again. I'm not going to repeat it. I'm very sorry. Examples of SaaS: Google Forms is an example of SaaS. Google Drive is an example of SaaS. YouTube is an example of SaaS. Netflix is an example of SaaS. Let's say any kind of banking solution is an example of SaaS. Any kind of your ERP system in colleges is an example of SaaS, wherein you get your grades and everything. All these different things, any kind of web application at the end of the day, wherein you are actually able to do some shit, is an example of SaaS itself. Okay. Okay. Virtual computers will be an example of, okay, so virtual computers is a little bit different. You use infrastructure as a service to build virtual computers. Okay. So if I want to build I want to use a virtual computer, I will use infrastructure as a service to build a virtual computer on top of it. But if I'm just getting a virtual computer, then that will be categorized as PaaS. That will be platform as a service. Okay. So yeah, let's continue from right over there. Now, in this particular bootcamp, we are going to deal with certain things. For example, we are going to deal with EC2 instances. We are going to deal with Amazon SageMaker. We are going to deal with S3 buckets itself. We are going to deal with Transcribe. I have no idea if I've written the right spelling or not. I just know that that solution is used for transcribing stuff. So I'm not very sure what was the name of the solution itself. But these are some of the things that we are going to see in this particular bootcamp. Now, EC2 instances are basically your infrastructure as a service, okay, wherein you are getting direct servers. There is an option in which your EC2 instance comes pre-installed with OS. That is also there. But we are going to see about infrastructure as a service, about servers itself. That will be our major goal right over there. SageMaker. So what is EC2 instance? So basically, it is like you renting out a server. You go for let's say that when you go to buy a car, right? You choose let's say okay, what is the body that I want? What is the fabric that I want? What is the engine type that I want? Do I want sunroof or not? In the exact same way, there are different kinds of servers that exist, and you use EC2 to basically configure them. That okay, how many GBs of RAM do I want? How many like how many gigs of storage do I want? What kind of processor do I want, and so on and so forth. That is what your EC2 instance is. And if you're just working with that, that is a very great example of your infrastructure as a service. Okay, that is EC2 instance, basically servers. Okay, you rent out servers right over there. Amazon SageMaker is basically a platform that is used to, like I said, to build, train, and deploy AI ML models. Okay, they are called as ML models because initially they were created for such a thing itself. Basically, SageMaker originally was a replacement for Google Colab. Have you guys seen Google Colab? Please let me know. Have you guys seen Google Colab, guys? Please let me know. Google Colab. Yes. So Google Colab is like a platform. It is a software as a service itself. And it is used, it is a software given to us via Google, wherein you can go and practice Python. You can create a machine learning models on your browser itself. You don't need to install anything. They provide you with the servers and everything. So you don't have to code on your own computer. It's amazing. If you are ever planning to get into artificial intelligence or machine learning or deep learning, I will definitely suggest you guys to once check it out at least. Okay, so the professional version of that, not consumer but a developer version of that, is basically SageMaker. It comes under platform as a service because you can use SageMaker to create applications as well. It also comes under your particular software as a service if you are using it in a very normal manner. If you are not using the specialized version of SageMaker, you're just using to build machine learning models, then yes, it can come under SaaS as well. So it basically differs in the way that you are basically using it. Then we are going to study about S3 buckets. Okay, S3 buckets is nothing else but, for example, EC2 instances was for providing you guys with servers. Then S3 buckets is basically going to provide you guys with storage. Okay, S3 buckets is going to provide you guys with storage itself. That is what we are going to do right over there. So storage basically means, like, for example, you want to store files, you want to store some folders, some pictures, maybe even some websites as well. You guys can store it on S3 buckets itself. It is basically just like Google Drive, but again, Google Drive is like a SaaS product, whereas an S3 bucket is used to store items for your websites and everything. So it comes under platform as a service once again. Okay, then Amazon Transcribe is again a particular platform as a service, which basically provides you with a platform that can transcribe any audio for you. Do you guys know what transcribe is? Transcribe is a normal English word itself. Guys, Sahil, if you don't know about day one, I'll just let you know that day one had like no attendance. The value of the attendance is 0. I'm going to count the attendance from today itself, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, Ayush Tiwari, you are late in the boot camp. I'm not going to answer it once again. Okay, so you can just forget that I'm answering about you. Cloud gaming comes under what? It will be platform as a service. Okay, sorry, SaaS. What I'm saying, platform as a service, SaaS. Okay, software as a service. That will be what cloud gaming is. I was just talking about PaaS, so I just said PaaS right over there. So, like I said, transcribe can like AWS transcribe. You can feed in any kind of audio, whether it be English, Hindi, whether it be Bengali, whether it be Chinese, and it will basically transcribe it for you. Okay, it will be basically transcribing it for you. Okay, so yeah, that is again what we are going to see in this particular boot camp. Are you guys able to understand up till this point of time, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand everything up till this point of time, guys? Please let me know. Yes. Any doubts up till here? Any doubts up till here, guys? Any doubts up till here? No doubts? Yeah. Transcribe, explain in brief, sir. Okay. So what I'm saying right now, whatever I'm speaking right now, okay, the audio being converted into text. Okay, whatever I'm speaking, it will be converted into text. The process of doing that is called as transcribing. Okay, it's an English word. It is not related to anything related to coding. Okay, it is a proper English word. To transcribe something is to basically, if I'm speaking something, write it down. That is also called as transcription. Okay, in your YouTube videos you have the closed captions option, so that is also a example of transcribing. Okay, so you can take this as an example. So there will be a particular application in the back wherein you are, when you are uploading the YouTube videos, it takes in the audio, it converts it into text, and it basically adds it to your video. So that process right over there is being done by a small application, and that application is what AWS Transcribe is, and that is what we're going to see in this particular bootcamp. Yes, you can use it for your own projects as well. It will be amazing to see you guys doing that. So any website ready to use is SaaS? Absolutely not. It should be able to provide you with a software as well. Just a website is not anything, right? Okay. So what do we need to wear a lab coat while in computer practice? नहीं यार, तुम नंगा बैठो. तुम्हें लैब कोट की क्या जरूरत है? जितना तुम्हारा बकचोदी देखा है उतने में तुम नंगा ही बैठो तो बेस्ट रहेगा. Okay. Uh, Sahil, I've already answered your question. There is no point in repeating it. If you have missed day one attendance, it's totally fine. Okay. Just make sure that from today onwards, you are able to fill up the attendance properly. Please don't repeat the question once again. Otherwise, I'll just block you. Okay. Okay. So what are we going to do in this bootcamp? Abhishek, don't worry about it. From tomorrow onwards, it is going to be completely practical. Divankar, it's confusing. Absolutely, it's going to be confusing. You're learning it for the very first time. अभी अंधे को अचानक से बोल दोगे कि भैया रोशनी दे दी आंखों को और पढ़ना चालू कर दो, तो गांठ तो हल्की सी फटनी है. तो थोड़ा टाइम तो लगेगा, but you have to put in the efforts. You have to practice. That is how you will be able to learn. Okay. But to show practicals on AWS Transcribe, that is the aim. Will you teach us about IAMs? Of course, we'll be using it as well, right? Okay. Do we need a particular laptop from the next class? Absolutely, yes. We will be needing a laptop from the next class. I don't think so. This guy is listening to me. I'm just going to remove him from the channel. Okay. So did you see about the COVID beta exam? I'm so sorry, Saurabh. I actually forgot about it. If I get time, I'll definitely check about that as well. I'm really very sorry that I've forgotten about it. So guys, from tomorrow onwards, I want to see you guys coming to the boot camp with a particular laptop, because from tomorrow onwards, we are going to do everything practically. Whatever topics that I've told you guys today, right? All these different topics, we are going to see how to use each and every one of them. Okay, practically itself. So I want you guys to come up with a laptop or a desktop. Okay, I want you guys to have already created an AWS like particular account as well. Coding next day, there is no coding in what we are going to do. Please try to understand. In cloud computing, there is very little to no coding involved. Cloud computing on its own is actually of no use. Okay, if a particular person is just learning cloud computing, it is like me saying to you guys that I want to go from Bangalore to Delhi, but I only have an engine. I don't have a body of a car. I don't have the tires. I don't have anything else. I just have an engine. I can't use an engine to go from Bangalore to Delhi. I need an entire car. I need to know how a tire works, how a particular gear works. I need to get all this stuff. I need to assemble them together. The point of a cloud computing person is to know the inside outs of cloud computing while knowing the rest of the things as well. He should be very familiar with front end, back end, DevOps, so that he can use those concepts, he can use those things to implement it on cloud computing. Again, please, I'm letting you guys know, okay, if you guys are just learning cloud computing, it is of no importance. You have to learn everything else as well. Okay. Can I use AWS GPU setup for executing ML models? Absolutely, yes, definitely. That is the point of SageMaker. Okay. But yes, keep that in mind that AWS provides a free trial, okay, for each and every one of these stuff. Okay, there is a limit to it. So when I will be teaching you guys, I'll be teaching guys within that limit so that you guys are not being charged for something. And I will be teaching you guys how to make sure that you are not being charged, because believe me when I say this, I have received a 1.5 crore bill from AWS within a month. And I had to tell them that, dude, I didn't do this. Okay? This is not me. Somebody has used my particular account and it got reverted back and I got saved. But if you are not listening to me correctly and if you are not following what I am going to teach you guys, then you might end up in a particular scenario like me. Okay, so whatever I've learned throughout the entire way, how to make sure that this stuff doesn't happen to you guys, I will be teaching you guys that as well. So experience यार मेरा जो भी है वो सब तुम लोग को देना जरूरी है, right? Okay. In AWS account, I missed the question. So I'm in. See, if you are from Mars as well and you are in like a sperm, you will still get the certificates if you are attending the sessions and filling up the attendance. It doesn't matter that you are in 6th standard. Okay. 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 So we are going to make a server of cloud computing. Yeah. Yogesh, either there is a big problem with your English or you have not understood anything. Okay, what happens if you deactivate without paying? There is a very high probability that they will just charge it out of your credit card directly itself. Or the second thing that can happen is you will just be blocked permanently. Your card as well as your account will be blocked permanently itself. Okay, so are we going to make a server out of cloud computing? What good example can I give you to make you understand where you're going wrong? What you are asking me is that how can I make a burger out of KFC? Or how can I make a burger out of McDonald's? Like, it makes no sense. Either the English is fucked up or I'm not able to understand your question. Okay. Also share an equivalent Azure and GCP service with any differences. See, if you're learning AWS properly, you actually don't have to deal with GCP and Azure. If you're a particular person who is learning all the three together, you are a fool because you are just wasting your time. Okay. Okay. Would you mind if I can slap you? Would you mind if I can slap you? First, improve your English. Okay. Then, secondly, I'm a 6-foot person that weighs 90 kgs that goes to gym twice a day. So, believe me when I say this, if you reach me, I will slap you so hard that your brains will come out of your eyes. Okay. Don't worry about that. Okay. I am not familiar with front end and back end. Is there any problem with this? Not at all. What we are going to study is something that even if you have no idea about front end and back end, you will still be able to understand it if you pay attention. Okay. Okay. What the fuck was that? Okay, so we will stop it from right over there itself. Okay, why do you go to gym twice a day? Because breakup happened, and after that, I wanted to make sure that I am able to improve my health a little bit more. Right, I have done karate for almost 6 years. I have done kickboxing for 2. I have been a district level swimmer. I have gone to international events in karate as well. But it has been a lot of time since I did that because of job and all this. So I decided I need to focus a little bit more about my health as well. I had dengue twice in a month, so I'm currently focusing upon that. Okay, so let's take up the particular attendance right now, guys. Okay, give me a second. So today you guys will be getting a particular attendance and you will be having just 5 minutes to fill up your attendance. Those who will not be able to fill up the attendance in the 5 minutes, you will be having a lot of problems. So please make sure that you guys are able to fill up the attendance in 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. So let us remove this. And let us put day 2. One more thing, guys. The next particular bootcamp is going to start from, I forgot about it. So yeah, artificial intelligence, Python and artificial intelligence. This is the next particular bootcamp. Abhishek, you don't have a credit card. Ask your parents. Your parents must be having a credit card. Okay. And if you still don't have it, then there's no other go around. You can ask a friend to put it up for you. That is the only thing that I can suggest. So right over here, as we're able to see, Python and artificial intelligence is the next bootcamp that is going to start from 20th October. In this, the project that we are going to build is going to be an AI agent that can play tic-tac-toe against you. Basically cross and zero, if you guys have played in your childhood itself, or even right now, I've played it like a few days ago. I thought it would be a good project to have. So it will be building a AI agent in this boot camp that can play tic-tac-toe against you. You can also play it with your friend. Okay, we'll have both the options available, but the main is to build the AI version itself. Okay. Okay, so that is what we're going to build right over here, guys. Let us provide you guys with the today's attendance. Oh, I forgot to change the date. Classes, sir, please provide course on blockchain. Please don't do a course on blockchain. There is little to no placements in blockchain right now. Companies have moved on completely from blockchain. They are no longer interested in it. If you're doing blockchain, you are basically like just wasting your own time. Okay, so I've provided you guys with the attendance link in the live chat. The attendance will be closed exactly at 9:05. That is 9:05 p.m. So please start filling up the attendance right now itself. If you're facing a particular problem, like you're getting a particular error or like traffic error or something like that, just refresh or reload the attendance. That's how it will start working. The attendance is absolutely fine. There will be no issues in that. Again, at exactly 9:05, the attendance link will be closed. So please start filling up the attendance right now. Okay, I provided you guys with the attendance. Please make sure that you guys are able to fill up the attendance. So attendance is working absolutely fine. Thank you so much, guys. We'll meet in tomorrow's class and continue from right up there. Thank you so much.